Hi everyone. Today I can't make it to class because I'm currently in a ski race, but today I will be talking about the 3 hiking trails around Ely. So who here likes hiking? I'm hoping everybody in the crowd is raising their hand because I'm virtually doing this. But hiking trails are like pages in a novel. They tell the stories of the landscapes, ecosystems, and the resilience of nature. Hiking is not merely a physical activity. It's an experience that connects us to explore the great outdoors. Today, I will be talking about the 3 hiking trails around Ely and see what we can find off the beaten path. The Ely area provides unique opportunities for those wanting a hiking experience in northern Minnesota. With a wide variety of hiking trails to choose from, the Ely area offers everything from an easy hike to a couple-day excursion. The landscape here was formed by glaciers over 10,000 years ago, which created beautiful ridges and valleys we can see here today. Ely is home to a little over 3,000 people and is a town that is packed with shops and restaurants that you can enjoy after your hike. Now, let's lace up our boots and set forth on an adventure to discover the wonders of the 3 remarkable types of hiking trails that makes Ely great. Starting off, we have Quishwe Falls. This is the least challenging hiking trail out of the 3. It is a beautiful 1-mile loop that is well marked and is kid-friendly. It is a low-impact trail, so it has minimal rocks and roots, so it's appropriate for all ages. It's about half a mile in. There is a ridge that overlooks a 70-foot waterfall. It can be quite busy in the summer, but is well worth the check out. Ever since I was 5, my parents have been taking me on this hike. I've always loved the flora and fauna and collecting all the pine cones I saw. I always loved seeing the roar of the rushing waterfall halfway through and just the mist bouncing back on my face. It was my favorite part of the hike. As you can see above, this was me back in the day, and I used to hate hiking, and my parents had to fully just bribe me with candy after 20 steps each way. But now I definitely enjoy it more. Quishwe in Ojibwe means river full of beaver or muskrat houses. Native Americans, explorers, and voyagers portaged around the waterfall. The watershed drains from the Boundary Waters and flows 2,000 miles north to the Hudson Bay. If you want a little more challenging hiking trail, Bass Lake is right for you. Bass Lake is a moderate hiking trail. It is a switchback 6.3-mile loop. It is less busy in the early morning or the evening. There are 2 campsites right off the trail if you want to take like a nice weekend trip and split it apart. You can also take a short detour to Dry Falls where you can take a dip into the plunge pool. I always like going there with my friends and it's super refreshing on a hot summer day. You can easily get lost, so make sure you have a downloaded map because the hike takes like 3 to 5 hours, so definitely plan on that. I know Bass Lake like the back of my hand. In summer training for skiing, we have to run it once a week. One of my favorite things I got to see is in the beginning of the season, snapping turtles lay their eggs, and then halfway through the season, I got to see the snapping turtle eggs hatch, which was super fun. You can also see lots of species of plants like wintergreen. And a fun fact about Bass Lake is that 911 gets so many calls from it because a lot of people get injured or they get lost, so make sure you're well prepared. Prior to 1925, the 2 lakes, Bass and Low Lakes, were separated by a ridge of glacial gravel that acted as a natural dam. Until logging operations led to a sluice to move the logs through the gravel ridge, later the sluice in the gravel ridge was washed out in the spring of 1925. This left a gorge of 250 feet wide. Bass Lake lowered 55 feet in 10 hours. Dry and Little Dry became isolated in the old lake bed. Approximately 250 feet of acres of land was then exposed, and this created perfect conditions for pioneer species of plants to grow and flourish. Now, if this trail is not hard enough for you, you can head over to Angleworm. Angleworm is a 13-mile loop. It takes 6 to 8 hours to do, so plan on an all-day excursion. Many people take 2 to 3 days to backpack and stay overnight, and there's 9 campsites that you can enjoy along the way. You can also experience the 3 different lakes that is on around the trail, which are Angleworm, Home, and Whiskey Jack. These rugged trails are a little like wishy-washy with it being washed out, so navigation skills are key. There are also high ridges with scenic overlooks that you can see beauty around every turn. I personally have never completed the whole entire trail, but I got to see so many different spectacular views. I got to see so many different types of mosses and lichen, just covering the forest floor, and then above just miles of red and white pine just miles away. I got to experience this because I needed to find plants for dendrology class, and I got to go with my family like a couple miles in and a couple miles out because the drive there is a little longer than the other trails, so definitely take a bigger chunk out of the day to experience this. The Minnesota state flower, the lady slipper, can be found along the trail, and also moose frequent the north end, so that's also really cool, and you can see that near Home Lake. People also say that in the spring the water levels rise, so crossing some of the trails can be kind of harder because a beaver dam floods the area, so make sure you bring proper gear. But overall, hiking Quishby Falls, Bass Lake, and Angleworm all represent the amazing opportunities that Ely has to offer. Being able to experience the waterfalls, lakes, and flora and fauna is just such an amazing gift. Ely's hiking trails are not merely paths, they are gateways to moments of awe and connection in northern Minnesota. Next time you want to go explore the great outdoors, remember to embrace the beauty every step you take. Thank you.